Okay, so I've been getting questions regarding how to color pack properly. So I'll just go through on just a few points on how to get good color packing done, and I'll also show how you can do color packing by using an orange. I'll be color packing using a liner and a Magnum needle. So I'll be using a 9 Magnum M1 and 7 round liner to color pack. So you might be having questions on whether you can use a round liner for color packing, a round shader for color packing, or a Magnum, which is M1 for color packing. You can also use a curve Magnum for color packing. So you can use any needle that you want. It's just the technique that you use to color pack what matters. So I'll go through each and everything what you need to know on how to color pack, and I'm sure you'll have no problems color packing because I have struggled a lot to color pack solid blacks, but then once I got the technique right, I don't have any kind of a problem now. So I just want to share this with you all. I'm sure it'll help you. So first of all, I like to color pack using a coil machine with a shader machine, but you can also color pack with a rotary machine as well, and that's what I'll be showing you. I'll be using both coils and rotaries to color pack. So firstly, how do you color pack using a liner? So when you line, if this is the line, you hold the machine in the same direction. So if this is the line, you hold the machine like this, or you go from top to bottom like that. But when you're color packing, say for example, this is the area you need to color pack, you need to hold the machine not straight but at an angle. Okay, so you need to do lines next to each other like that. So when you do lines next to each other, you'll be filling in solid lines, and you need to do it slowly. So just like how you line, the same speed should be used to color pack. You're just drawing lines next to each other, and then there'll be a little bit of gap which you can go by either cross hatching over it. So what is cross hatching? Cross hatching is you go in one direction and then you go in the another direction, and then you've filled a good amount of area, but there's still blank spots. So you go in another direction. Now we have got even better fill, and then you go over it using another direction. Okay, so if this doesn't fill, you can also go over it once again. So it will give you a good solid black color packing using a liner. But then you can damage the skin as well, so you need to know your hand speed and the machine speed and everything. So you need to get all that sorted out first. Then comes the round shader. So with the round shader, I would like to go with tiny circles just like that. So tiny circles overlapping one another and a slow speed. So this you can get good color packing. Then comes the Magnum. So how you hold the Magnum is what matters. So I'll just show you using a scale. So consider this as a Magnum. Okay, so if you go over in this motion and in this direction, so this is a Magnum needles, you're doing small circles and you're going in the same direction. What you'll end up getting is I don't have a lot of pens, but I'll show you roughly what you'll get. So think of it as a Magnum, and if you hold it like that and go in the same direction and you do small circles, you'll get this, you'll get three different lines. That's all. So what you need to do is change the angle. Hold it like this, not like this. So don't hold it in the direction of your hand movement. So hold it at an angle, and then do bigger circles overlapping one another. So by doing this, you'll get a good solid fill. So the direction you hold matters. So what I do is I hold it at an angle and I do an A shape and I draw triangles or ovals, not circles. So when you do oval, it overlaps and you get a good fill. And the most important part in a good color packing using Magnum is you need to use your elbow and not your wrist. I'll give you the points. First, stretch the skin really well using both your hands. Stretch it properly so that your needle doesn't bounce over the skin, it goes inside. Second, you need a strong hitting machine. You need a powerful machine. You can't have a weak machine and try to color pack. If you're using a small Magnum like a 7 mag or a 9 mag, it's okay if you have a slightly weaker machine, but if you have a strong machine, that'll help. So something around 4 mm of stroke length will work wonders. So if you can get a machine which has a 4 mm stroke length, slow machine speed, you can color pack easily. And third one would be use elbow, not your wrist. Always use your elbow to color pack. The movement should come through your elbow, not your wrist. The entire elbow should move so you can use good color packing. Fourth would be the angle. So when you're holding your Magnum, hold it at an angle, not too flat. Something around 45 to 60 degree would be ideal. So hold it at an angle of something around 45 to 60 degrees, and then add one drop of sterile water into your ink, because if your ink is slightly viscous, like if it's slightly diluted, it can go in easily, whereas thick ink, use it only if your ink is thick, not if your ink is thin. So if you have a thick ink, add one drop of water and you can color pack easily. So these are the points you need to remember. Stretch the skin properly, use a hard hitting machine, use slow speed, use your elbow, and use a slightly thinner ink than your thick black inks, and then you'll be able to color pack easily. And so these are the things. Now what I'll do is I'll show you how to color pack on an orange, using an orange, and I'll do the color packing using a liner and a Magnum, so you'll get an idea of how to color pack. So yeah, let's go to that. Okay, so a lot of you have been asking me how do I color pack. I'll show you how I color pack with a liner machine. So sorry about the lighting, the light might be bad, but I'll tell you what exactly I'm doing so that you'll get a clear picture. I've taken a 7 round liner, Okay, so it's running at 7 volts. So just I'll show you how I would line. So if this is the skin, I'll just do a small triangle maybe. Okay, so to color pack, you just have to draw lines within the area that you want to pack in solid blacks with your liner. So this is how you do it. You just have to draw lines one after the other, close to each other. You get solid blacks. So by doing that, close lines, you get solid blacks. And now you can either do small circles, but I would say do lines at next to each other. And when you're lining, this is how you hold the machine straight. And when if you're doing a line, you hold the machine like this. And while color packing, you hold it at an angle. So you hold it at an angle when you're color packing, and when you're lining, you hold it like this. And color packing around 45 to 60 degrees. So when lining, it's preferably 90 degrees to the skin. And when color packing, do this, so that what happens is the needle is going in and you get a more solid black pack. If you do straight lines, you'll get gaps between the lines, but if you hold it at an angle, the liner needles at an angle, you get a solid packing. So you can try that out. Now I'll show you how to color pack with a Magnum needle, and this is also very important because Magnums are used for color packings, and I'll be using a rotary machine for that. Now I've got the 9 flat Magnum M1, and I'll be doing a color packing over here. So to color pack, you hold the Magnum. I'll just change the angle. Okay, I hope this is better. Okay, so I'll just hold the Magnum at an angle and do small circles next to each other. This is how it goes. You get solid blacks. Okay, and if at all you want to increase your angle, I mean your hand speed, this is why your hand speed is very important, because if you move your hand fast, the color packing is not going to be that great, and if you move your hand slow, it's going to do a lot of damage. So getting to know is what takes a little bit of time. When you begin tattooing, you can't hurry up. You need to check for a little spot. So just do this much and then check. If it's good, then go ahead. If it's not that great, if say for example you did this, you wiped it, it's not that solid black, so compared to this. So what you did was your machine speed is slow, but your hand speed was fast. That's why there was no proper filling. So what do? You learn from that. You do another pass on it with the same speed, just so you don't create any damage. But then going forward, you need to reduce your hand speed, and that's when you can get solid black packing. So this is how you do it. Slow hand speed, tight circular motion next to each other. Do not hurry while color packing. You can do clockwise or anti-clockwise, that doesn't matter. All you need to do is slow and consistent hand speed. And you get black. Because it's an orange, there'll be a lot of damage, but when it's on skin, it'll be great. So if you do fast hand speed, this is what happens. So if you increase your hand speed, this is what's going to happen. It looks solid on an orange, but it's not actually solid black. So you need to reduce your hand speed. Go slow. Do tight circular motions. You don't have to do a circular motion always. You can also do a crisscross. Like small X. You still get good black. You can also line with the Magnum. That's why you need to know how to use a Magnum. Magnums are difficult to use, but once you know how to use them, it's great. Learn some shading. I believe you get the point. You need to go slow and consistent hand speed. Small tight circles. And very importantly, stretch the skin as much as possible, because stretching is what allows your needle to go inside the skin. You can't get a solid pack without stretching. So rest of the video is going to be in parts. I'll be explaining what exactly I do. So right now I'm going to stop over here.